Anybody ever questions whether or not Turbo's cold and miserable when he's outside? He is not. This dog was just begging me. He's like, please, please, please let me out. Immediately runs over to the snow, does a belly flop, lays down, and just starts having a few bites of snow. You just having fun in the snow. You love the snow, don't you, Turbo? Love Labradors. They love the cold and the snow. Such a good dog. I know you can't even see him. Just thought I'd put that out there so people aren't worried about him. He loves this weather. He's having the time of his life. He never gets left out, really. Not for more than a few minutes. He goes out, you wait by the door for him to come back. But that doesn't really happen much with him because he requires his hand to be held when he goes potty. Yeah, it's the middle of the night. Almost. Not really. Okay, it's like 11. It's night. He needs to go potty, but he's not going to go potty if I don't walk all the way down there with him, right, Turbo? Such a baby. Come on, let's go potty. Let's go potty and go to bed. It's all so wet. Why is everything so wet? The dryer ain't working in the dishwashing thingy. Okay, it's been a few days. Not much has happened. Caught myself a case of the RSV. Feel mostly fine. Feels like a cold. Just been taking it easy. No, I haven't been, but I should be taking it easy. It's been a very, very, very busy few days doing things that aren't YouTube related. Sansevieria still out here. Hey, Turbs, how you doing? Say hi, little kiss. Oh, thank you. I just don't know where to put it this time of year because, you know, there's just so much out. Got some poinsettias. Aren't they pretty? There's 17 here. These are for an event I'm doing the centerpieces for, so they're not going to be staying. I do need to probably check on them. Want to keep them looking nice. They're getting light here. They're probably going to need water soon, I'm guessing. Doesn't feel that light. Now, these two I got for me. Look at the variegation on these. Isn't that pretty? It's like a... I don't know. It's like this. You know, like those candy canes that are not white and red, but pink and red. It reminds me of those. I just thought it was neat looking, and I liked the way the variegation was coming through on some of the green leaves, the leaves that haven't turned for the flower, which is down there, right there in the middle. Very nice looking poinsettias. I don't know the names. I'm not sure. You know, the big box stores, you don't usually buy them with a name on them. Like this guy, who's super cute. Can't remember his name. It's really common. But, I don't know. Name escapes me. Don't know. Don't remember. Got an amaryllis bloom. Apparently we're doing a garden tour. Picked up a ficus while I was getting these other guys over here. It's a Leaf Joy Klingon Anastasia. I don't know. You know. I really like the variegation on this one. It's a green on green. The one I got, variegation's pretty weak. But I'm hopeful that as this gets more light and puts on some size, maybe we'll get some of that variegation on it. I don't know. That's wishful thinking. Usually it's a good idea to buy your plant with the variegation that you want to see, but either way, it's still a nice looking little ficus. See how long it takes till I kill it. It's always a fun adventure with ficus is how long we keep them alive. I know what I need to do with them, but I don't know, what's a ficus? I want to water it. I want to, you know, take them outside and then move them back in, and sometimes you have to do that more frequently than they would appreciate. Alright, it is incredibly windy today. We're having wind gusts. They set up to 65 miles an hour. So I thought we should probably go out to the greenhouse and see how things are going in there. My line of defense has been, let's just start piling chairs up around the edge of it. It's about 40. Oh, what's that sound? Do you hear that? I think the fountain that's in there needs some water. Oh, I need pants. What was I doing? I need pants. I had to go to the emergency room the other day because I woke up and I was like, oh, I feel weird. And then I started trembling. And like my whole body was just like, to the point where I was like practically screaming because I was like, what the heck is happening? And that's how I found out I had RSV. RSV didn't cause that. They think that my fever probably broke and like maybe I was like on the verge of a panic attack. I don't know. They called them Ryer tremors. Why did I come in here? My pants aren't in here. Christmas presents, things are rolling in. Got a lot of wrapping to do. Was it Ryer tremors or just Ryer shakies? Rygers? R-I-G-O-R. It was bad. I was freezing and we kept checking my temperature with thermometer. The first one was like 92. I'm like, well, that's not possible. And they checked their temperature. And like, oh, it came out at 97. So we grabbed a different thermometer. And Bay was still showing 97 on that thermometer. And I was coming up with like 94. And got to the emergency room. And they checked my temperature and it was 97. 97.1, I think. I was cold. I was so freaking cold. My neurological system just had a cascade of what the hell. Fever broken. Took things too far, apparently. I don't mind a good fever. Helps you get better faster, as long as, you know, it's in the safe range of the fever. I didn't even know that I had one. I felt totally fine. I didn't know I had RSV. They just, you know, they did the swabby thing, and everything was seemingly okay. I wasn't all that congested. I had a sore throat when I was waking up in the morning, but that's not that uncommon this time of year because I spent so much time in the grow room with all the dirt and just the allergens and things and drier air. I wake up with a sore throat, I don't know, a couple times a month if I forget to refill my humidifier. Didn't think anything of it, but they did the viral thing that checks for COVID, RSV, and flu, and came back with RSV. Oh, I feel fine, just congested, tired, but that's a combination of things going on there. I need to just put these on, I'm sorry. And I felt totally fine by the time I left the hospital. I should probably do shoes too. Oh, they're upstairs, it's fine. Yeah, I was just tired, but I was leaving the hospital, I was like, well, that was weird. And then I got a call the next day from the hospital, and they're like, hey, you want to come in and give us some nasal and blood samples for research, and we'll give you money? And I said, hell yeah. Made $150 off this RSV. I'm not mad about it. Okay. The wind is doing the wind things. This is the bag that I've been keeping tucked down. I've slowly been putting trash and recycling in. Oh, goodness. My sister left her super soaker here. The things you should expect from your 43-year-old siblings. And I'm going to try and pull this direction. Just because I think that this looks stupid and it's bothering me. Should I grab the blower and clean? No, there's no reason to do that. And it's a nice one-handed pull. Nope. I'm going to position you guys through a crack. There you go. There's a nice view. The rug just fell down. And I also just remembered I'm not mic'd up. So this is pointless. We'll come back when this has been moved. Okay, the noise is coming from the fountain. That's okay. I got an adapter today that I can use to add water to that. I came in here and the wind had collapsed the greenhouse. The center pole was down there. The whole thing was down. I put the center pole back in there and it's back up. It's not blowing away. It's just wiggling around. Yeah. Y'all, it's windy here. I really appreciate all the suggestions you've been giving me. But like when I say it's windy in wintertime, I mean it's windy. I'm not so much worried about this blowing away anymore. I think that the shape of this is better than the last one, it being longer, a little bit more stout, and up against this wall with some things around. I think that that's going to help it stay put, but it's gonna crumble a lot. And this is all my fault, by the way. This is not, we can't blame the manufacturer for this stuff breaking. It's because I put this together, you know, I'd just been doing all the mulch. It was just a snowstorm of stuff that had to get done, and I totally forgot to put the center support pole in. And then we had like 6 inches of extremely heavy snow, and it just collapsed it. That was a me thing. I totally screwed up on that one. Messed it up big time. But, you know, it's okay. I think this is still going to work throughout the winter time. But I got to stay on top of things like, well, you know, it being distorted because the wind is really pushing this corner in and keeps pulling that leg up. So, I just got to stay on top of it. It's not that big a deal. Sorry, I just sniffled. That was gross. I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, I have a hose in the house that I can use. So I can water everything out here, but it requires an extension, which the extension should be here. I also got some pruning too. I think this might need to be watered. Yeah, things can be watered. Well, this is a good day for that. I can unplug the heaters. Even though it's windy, it's not terribly cold. This is stupid. I need to move that. It's going to do a partial zip here. I find it very interesting that I was just in there the whole time and no turbo. No interest. And I put more fish in there because the other fish was probably lonely. Yeah, I could just bury it down so it'll stand up. But I mean, it's a fake tree. It doesn't really matter. Trying to make it look kind of nice. Hey, so have any of you ever had that Ryer's situation happen? Ryer's, just like a bad case of the shakes. It wasn't like tremors. I was like full on teeth chattering. My jaw and my teeth were sore up until like this morning. And I was exhausted. My whole entire body is sore because I was trembling like uncontrollably for off and on for like an hour and a half. Really weird. Okay, these aren't what I was looking for, but I got one of these for my nephew. He has one at his house, but he freaking loves this thing. You ever tried these? Oh, there's a face. They like spiral and spin and, you know, move around. I'm not insulting the baby. It took me off guard. Such a happy baby. And then in here, oh, a necklace. Kendra Scott. My sister loves Kendra Scott. I had a gift card as well. All of this stuff was from Amazon. Don't tell anyone. Oh, this is for me. It went on sale and I've wanted it. These Lego sets get pricey. I think it was 34 or 35. It's a pretty good price. Make a Lego poinsettia. Don't worry, I'll wrap it and give it to myself on Christmas. Kidding, I'm not gonna do that. Something for my dad or one of my brother-in-laws. That was one of those things where I was like, you know what? I know a lot of people who are gonna want one of those things, and it had good reviews. Oh, that's for the nephew. Write a little note in it for him, and you know, we can do the Rudolph book, the golden books. Okay, but where's the freaking hose extension? I don't know if I mentioned, I am hosting Christmas this year, so everybody's presents are being shipped here to this house. There's a lot to go through. Okay, I think this is probably it. So what I use during the wintertime to get water to the plants when well, I don't use as much as I used to. It used to be, oh, you are not seeing the junk drawer. Oh, I don't care, it's a junk drawer. Used to be when I had really big plants in the house, which now, you know, they're mostly out there in the grow space. I would put them in a very large plant basket with a trash bag on the inside, and I would put the plants up on top of usually bricks or something just to raise them up so that there's a good like 4 inches between the bottom of the pot and the ground, the inside of the basket. That way I could give them a really nice drink and the water could drain out. They would be sitting in it and protected the floors. Just worked out. But the way I got that water to them, because I'm not really fond of just running around the house with lots and lots of watering cans. I do that now because there aren't a ton of houseplants anymore, so easier to do that. But back then, this is what I used. And there are so many different versions of these that you can use. It's an aquarium thingy. It's a siphon that you hook to your sink. I'll show you. You have an adapter like this that screws in your sink, and there's a knob here that you turn. Oh, I have one over. Do I have the other one set up? I don't know. Let's just go through the process. Gotta get it out. Anyways, so this is mine. It is very long because I've added to it over the years, and I still have the same one that I got when I was in 5th grade. Had to change some adapters. They get cracked every now and then. I got a new long siphon tube because one of my fish tanks is like 30 something inches deep. I've gone through 3 or 4 of these things. The hose itself, it's lasted. Wait, so this end right here screws onto the sink like so. And this is a mud sink. It's where literally we clean mud. It's a little dirty. Screw that on like that. And then when it's in the down position, water will pass through it, and that creates suction. That's nifty if you're trying to siphon water out of the fish tank. You're gonna put water back in, you turn that up, boom, and the water goes through the hose. So I use it as a hose when I need to water the plants. I do it on a low flow. Works really well. I got a new adapter for this because the ones that come with this brand, they're very wasteful. The water just shoots right through. So when you're trying to fill something up, you still have water that's going right down the drain. I'm not a loyalist to the Python brand. I think it's called the No Spill Clean and Fill Aquarium Gravel Deck, something like that. There's all kinds of. The Lee's one has blue pieces on it, usually a good price. Hygger has really good. They're a dime a dozen. I had to buy another one of the Python ones that when I opened up the beginning, because this is just about 6 feet short of reaching everything in there, maybe more like 10 feet. You can get extension hoses, but they're like $20, or I was like, well, I can just buy another one that's 25 feet long for, I think it was 30 or 35. So that's what I did. Which works out because I like to have backup parts. So this is going to get attached to that hose as an extension, so I'll be able to get it through like all the way outside and it'll reach everything. And I'm putting a new adapter on here, the piece that goes in the sink. This is from Hygger. I like this one a lot more than that one. Oh, and it came with brass fittings. That's nice. Not going to use them. I'm going to keep using the ones I have for right now, though. These things go on pretty easily. You take this piece, you throw it in here. I doubt I can do it with one hand. Usually I have to put a little bit of heat. Yeah, I'm going to have to put a little bit of heat on there. This hose is old. Never mind, just needed 2 hands. So then you push this piece in. It's a barbed fitting, and this will screw onto that. Screws all the way down, clamps out nice and tight. Nice, and that's going to fit on the piece that I still have in there. I'm going to hold on to this because, you know, if that breaks or something like that, it'd be good to have. Here's the other piece. I just cut it off. Wasn't going to try and get that removed. And now the extension. My goodness, there's something so satisfying about the nice, clean new hose. The reason I don't go to the hardware store and just buy more of this hosing is because it's just never the same. I don't know what the Python brand specifically does with their hose, but it has a nice flex to it. It's softer. The stuff you get that's just, you know, clear tubing, it ends up being really stiff. It just doesn't move as well. It kinks, and the kinks stay out longer. These kink, but you can usually get the kinks out pretty easily just by running some heat over them. All right, so I took the adapter that held the different parts of the hose together. This is an on-off thing right there. I never used that. Now I think I have 2 of them on here. Or no, I think I removed the one that was on this other one. Yeah, okay, well, yay, now I have a new on-off valve. So now I have the other 25 feet here. And I have this part right here for cleaning the fish tanks. And that just, goes on like that. When I want to water plants, it just takes us to the sink. All right, so I'm going to take this outside, stick it in that fountain, come back in and turn it on. Okay, that is so nice. Plenty of reach. Cat toy. And now, you'll just see what I was talking about. It's going to be loud, sorry. I turn this knob, and look. There's still some water coming through, and I think that I can fix that with some plumber's tape up top. But it's nowhere near as bad as the Python. Python being, the brand of the other one. Okay, let's go out there. I got to keep an eye on this. They have heaters in there, right? I turned them off. I think I did. Didn't I turn them off? This is extremely windy, and I know you're probably not going to go out there. Why take the risk? Okay, you go out, because I know you're going to want out. And the kitten and the pumpkin, I can just try and do one of those. Okay, that's pretty good. That door accidentally got left open the other day for a few hours. Cats had no interest. They're terrified of the outside. Not terrified, but they aren't door dashers, or bolters, whatever you want to call it. They like to stay put. Yeah, there we go. I did turn this off. I should have unplugged it, though. Wait. I did turn it off. All right. I guess I didn't. I don't know. All right, so now I can just sit back and wait for this to refill. And I'm going to give everything in here a very gentle water. Not very much, just enough, because I can tell they're looking pretty thirsty. Nice. That's something I've wanted to do for, like a week and a half since I set up the greenhouse. I knew about it last year because I did have a greenhouse out here last year, and I was like, well, I don't know how I'm going to water everything. I was just filling up these big 5-gallon jugs that I used to use to transport salt water, and that was working fine, but it was pretty annoying, especially when the ground was really icy. It makes so much more sense. All right, so back to the wind thing. You're going to have to stop talking about this eventually. In the last couple of videos. Some of you have given me some really great suggestions. I'll probably try out some things with ratchet straps and bricks. I am thinking that I might just screw the feet down, the legs. It would probably make the most sense, right? Just pull the bolts out in the spring, so there'll be a little hole in the patio. It's probably not a big deal, and I'll get over it and be glad that I did it. But the positioning of this is much better. So last year, this wall of the greenhouse was right around, probably around here, something like that. So it's more exposed. The greenhouse was over in this area. It is incredibly windy out there, and this thing it's not ruffling around all that much. Though the wind has died down a smidge, so that would explain some of that, but it's still pretty breezy. Still waiting on the new heater. That may not make it until the next video. The delivery date keeps getting delayed. These are working fine. I'm not really a fan of this one because it just randomly turns off, and I think maybe it turns on its own. So from now on, when I want to turn it off, I think I'll just have to unplug it. That's fine. It's not that cold out. It's like 39. So that doesn't matter right now, but I think we have a low coming up next week of like 10. And then it's supposed to be like 13 the next day, and then it's supposed to be 56 a few days later. It's been the weirdest frickin' fall. Oh, that's right. I switched this one down to the thermostat. So this one you can adjust the temperature on it. That other one just goes high and low. I think I had it set on like 70 or 65, so it was probably running because of that. That makes sense. It's the next day, hence why everything is dry in here, and the heaters are up and running. Everything has had a nice water. I came in, I did some pruning on the Chinese fan palms, just winter damage from that last bit we had, I don't know, 10 days ago. Perhaps even from before that. You can see I missed some of the fronds. So I just go through the ones that are all dried up, like those back there. Once they're completely dry, I go ahead and cut them. So sometimes you want to wait until something's yellowed and then browned, and then you cut it off. With the winter damage, I've noticed they tend to just freeze dry. So once it's dry, it's not pulling anything from that leaf anymore. It's a damaged leaf, just cut it off. And I missed quite a few. There's still more in here. I assume that a lot of that is probably from when we had a cold snap before I got the greenhouse set up. It dropped down very briefly. I think it was like, I don't remember if that night was 17 or 22, but it was brief, and then it warmed back up into the 50s or 60s. So that's probably where that came from. And everything outside was still warm. The ground was still warm and everything, so I think that's what got them through. that cold. And the Chinese fan palms can take a surprising amount of cold, but that's more with their roots. The foliage, you know, usually below 20-ish to 25, that's when I start to see damage. Any of the ones that are pressed up against the plastic probably won't come out of the winter looking all that great, but that's okay. Let's keep it pruned off. The main thing I'm looking for with them during the winter time is movement in the middle. So here's a spear that's just started to open up as of yesterday. I want to see that the spears down there in the center are moving and they're staying nice and green. That's how I know the plant's okay. I was thinking about maybe pulling my bamboo palms from in the house and bring them out here, but I don't want to do that quite yet. I want to make sure I get this thing anchored down first, so I'm going to just, pull up a YouTube video on anchoring things into concrete. I have the equipment for it, so I may as well just do it, right? I can get this leg, I already talked about this, didn't I think? And that leg, I can drill those down to the ground, and then this thing isn't going to go anywhere. Well, it might just break everything off of the frame. That's, you know, that's a possibility. That's my apprehension with bringing anything out here that's more tropical. You know, those bamboo palms, they can take some cold. And the Washingtonias, they can also take some cold, but it's just, the more that's in here, the more there is to lose, right? The windmill palms, the figs, the fatsia, the pindu, even the olive tree, if we were to have a bad windstorm and it were to, you know, shred this thing in the middle of the night and it's, say, you know, 10 degrees outside, these are things that'll all be fine. They might take some damage, but they'll be okay by the time I figure out what happened and get them moved into the house. The Chinese fan palms, not so much. They'll be goners. But then to bring in all of the bamboo palms and whatnot, I don't know. Seems risky. But I do think they would do well in here. The more plants there are, the more warmth there is, the more stable warmth there is, because it's just thermal mass, right? It's more soil to help hold in that heat, and we release it when things cool down. And it's less air to heat, basically, right? The air loses the heat so fast. Yeah, just stuff to think about. Okay, and I think that is about it. Got a lot done in this video. Sure, there are probably a lot of redundancies. Sorry about that. That's the downside to filming so far out. You know, giving it like 2 weeks in between videos, so sometimes I forget what was happening in the beginning of the videos. Things are finally drying out here. So from last week's video, that was nearly 2 hours long, I had, you know, done all the stuff out here, the mulching, the garden cleanup, and everything over there. And then I wanted to redo this whole area, and I got a new rug, and I was going to make it look nice, and then we had just snow. In total, about 10 inches of snow over that week. And everything's been sopping wet, so I have the cushions all spread around and everything, and, well, everything's still a mess, because it got soggy, wet, and gross. So I'll get that new rug thrown down, and I'll try and get things looking better out here. It's supposed to be like 56, I think, next week. Oh, it's going to be real nice. But hey, thanks for hanging out. Hope everybody's doing well. Having a great day, great life. Everything's going absolutely beautiful for you. Hi, Turbo. Hi, good boy. And of course, as always, and most importantly, everybody, keep on growing. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. I think this is handled. Quick explanation. This video's not over. I was getting my files organized, and I don't know what happened. I thought that everything y'all have seen for the last, I don't even know how long, was part of last week's video. Oops, there's still stuff going on. So what I'm doing now is just watering these poinsettias that are going to be in some centerpieces for an event that's coming up. I filled them, and now I'm just letting them sit. They're still in their foils, so the plan here was I was going to give them, like, I don't know, 45 minutes to sit and soak up some water. I'm going to take a box cutter and just slit them, set up the sink, and let them drain out. Then when that group is done, I'll move over here and get this group done. How about you? I watered you. Do you have water bubbling out your butt? Your pop butt? No? Oh, there's a tiny bit down there, but not enough that I feel like it's going to be a problem. That's good. Same thing with this one over here. I need to check on that guy. Oh, this isn't working out anymore, by the way. It's too big and there's nothing to stake it to. So it's just falling over. It was also very dry. I gave it a big drink. Probably put too much water inside of this thing. But I figured, you know what, it's fine. Because I said so. Because it has to be. It'll be fine. How about you? Well, I could actually probably give these a little bit more water. No, that feels nice and moist. This is good. Okay, I'm going to take you back over here for right now. Good. Are you thirsty again? I don't think I gave this one a good enough drink last time. I did not. very dry. By the way, this is what it looks like, very dry. People go on about the even moisture. It's a euphorbia. What I know, euphorbia is a huge group of plants, but they can handle some dry. Really just depends on the root mass. This thing is bone dry and it's barely even wilting. That's why it is important to check the soil on the poinsettias, because usually when they start to wilt, it's just a smidge too late. You want to catch them like as soon as you notice them droop, like this one over here, that branch stem is starting to droop. It means it's a good time to get in there and give them a nice drink. I'm letting this run through there for a minute. Okay. Is that enough? Yes, no, maybe? Oh, I'm going to let it hang out there in the sink and drink. And then, yeah, I'm going to cut the bottoms of these and move on to the others. Then I'll be done with these. I will not have to water them again. Okay, in the meantime... I tried to make it cool. It didn't work. Package. Okay, good. Good. It had been delayed in shipping. I'm so glad it finally showed up. So many shipping delays. That snowstorm we had really threw things off, and then there's all that... the stuff going on back around the holidays with, the government shutdown, air traffic control, things are, it's just that time of year. Plus, all the other things going on. So I wasn't sure what's going to show up. I've ordered a lot of things lately that they're just not coming. Or they say delayed in transit, and then you wait a few days, and then you get a refund. What can you do? Everybody's working their tail off right now. So... this is good because there's a low next week of 10 and then another night of 13. So I was hoping to get the more efficient heater here before that happens. I guess this vlog will probably run into that vlog, which means when will this vlog be out? Either right before or right after Christmas. I'm not sure. It's in here, our remote control. Came with some Tianic batteries. Let's have a look at this thing. I've been excited about this heater. I don't really know why. I like a heater that has a strong fan on it, but that can be a difficult situation, right? Because if the strong air movement is too much, then you don't really get the heat. So I'm really curious to see how well this works. Oh, that is solid. Thing's built like a brick, and the base, there's something interesting going on with the base here. Yeah, it has a turntable on it, so it rotates from the base. That's interesting. Smart. The less components you have up here with the heat, the better. So I separated that down below. Good thinking. It has that new technology plasticky smell. I know, I'm not supposed to be smelling that stuff. I didn't sniff it. Okay, I'm just saying I observed the odor, and it's given me warm, nice, fuzzy memories from back in the day before we knew that was not a good smell. I mean, I probably did know, but I was a kid. I didn't know. You get it like, a Game Boy or something. They smell so good right out of the package. Oh, wow. It's toasty in here. Probably not the best weather to be trying out the new heater. All right, you good? Still red in there? No, it's cooling off. I started to unplug it and I realized I should go ahead and let it run its off function. A lot of these heaters, you turn them off and they still keep the fan running to cool the coil, right? Okay. Got the remote. I guess I should just plug it in. That's what I want to do, but let's go ahead and familiarize ourselves. Power, on, off, mode, power, heat, eco, fan only. Oh, did you want to know what this is? It's the Dreo whole room heater and circulator 714. Dreo, I don't know. And then got a whole thing on heater safety back here. Plug it directly in. Yep, gonna do all those things. And then user manual right there. Okay, batteries are in the remote. Now we just need to plug it in. Made a beepy sound. We just turn it on. Alright, it's got the screen. Is there a film on this I'm supposed to take off? Yep, there is. Look at that. Totally missed the film. Is it going to come off easily? Get a nice peel there for everybody. Oh, satisfying. There we go. Didn't make a huge difference as far as the readability of the panel goes, but still working. Wow, that's already really warm. Okay, you got a plastic thingy to remove here. What was that on there for? Is there something underneath it that I need to peel off? I guess not. Temperature adjustment goes up to 95. That's as high as it goes. Let's see, it probably goes down to 65. Oh, no, it goes down to 60. Whoa, it's hard to find heaters that'll go down that low. That's nice. So I can set this for 41, meaning that this would only kick on if it drops down to 40, right? That's good. That's really good. I didn't even know that was the temperature range. Okay, I want to turn it back up though, because now it's just blowing cold air on me. Just going to take that back to 85, because that's where it was. And then this has other functions, so it can circulate. Oh, it changed to 90 when I did that. Does that mean it's going to be a 90-degree circulation? Yeah, because it switched back to 85. Is it going to come back? Okay. Alright. I don't see a way to change the intensity of the air. But it's definitely throwing the warm air further than the other one did. I mean, I can feel it. To about, I don't know, about here. About 4 or 5 feet out from it. Okay, and I assume you can... Okay, so that means it's not turning. 0 means no turn. And then this one right here is going to make it do something else? No? 60. Oh, look at you, fancy. Gonna blow it up and down. Will you blow it up and down and turn it around? Oh, look at you, fancy heater. Unnecessary. I don't think I really want it doing that out here, but in the house, that might be kind of nice. That's oscillating and moving up and down. So the problem with heaters and just air, hot air, it just goes boom, straight up. So having something to kind of move it around, maybe create a warm bubble. I don't know. I guess that's nice. All right, these are the different functions. That's F3, which I assume is the fan. That's definitely stronger. I need you to stop spinning. Oh, you don't need to spin anymore. You can just hold still. Okay, so that's F3 and H3. So that's heater. So F3 is just the fan. H3 is going to be heater on level 3, meaning that's the strongest the fan can go. H3. And then you can plus and minus. I could take the heater down to 1. Or I can have it up to 3. And then the same thing with the fan. You can take the fan down to a 1. The gentle breeze. Turn up to a 3. Yeah, just the fan only mode. That's a decent breeze. Nowhere near as strong of a breeze as you would get from just a regular Dreo fan this size. I like this brand. They have some nice fits. Good competition for Vornado, who's just horribly overpriced. These aren't exactly cheap either, but they're cheaper than the Vornados, and man, they do throw air really far. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, but that's enough cold air, though. I'd rather have the heat on. Cool. Well, now that that's doing its thing, I guess I'll just... No, I can't really run a test on it right now. It's not that cold. It's like 40, 38 maybe outside. The real test with this would come when it's much colder than that. I mean, I guess I'll see what happens with the temperature in here, but I'm guessing it's not going to be anything too drastic, especially because I'm going to set the thermostat on it to probably 70. It really doesn't need to be over 70 in here. But I did just water yesterday, so if it can be warmer than that, maybe... Do I want to just crank it up and see how hot we can make it in here? Okay, that's probably taking things too far. So that's enough of that. I'm happy the new heater's here. Something that will hopefully be reliable. We'll see how the breaker handles it and everything. Yeah, it's nice. Nice and warm. That one over there, it worked mostly, but the air, like you've seen plenty of times where Turbo was laying like right in front of it with his fur right against the fan, like nothing, right? This one, well, it's not that uncomfortable. I'm sure he could still get away with that, which is good. That, you know, less risk of fire that way. But it doesn't, that one over there, the red one, doesn't throw the heat very far. And it doesn't come out any warmer than this at all. If it were coming out a lot warmer than that, I'm like, okay, I understand that, but it wasn't. So, yeah, this is nice. I like it. Feel my skin drying out really fast. Oh, and you can adjust the angle of how high you want to go and the back and forth. So I turned it down to 60 degrees because it didn't need to go 90. That's kind of fun. I think that I'll probably just set it up without any of that stuff running, because won't that just... This thing will wear out a lot faster, won't it, if I have it just moving all the time, right? Well, it feels like it's working really well. I'm nice and toasty. Other advantage to this, too, has been that it's been keeping things warm enough in here, warmer than they need to be. Warm enough in here that when I'm outside, you know, trying to make everything beautiful out there, that I've been able to come in here to warm up, because it's been just slightly warmer in here than it has been in the house. Unnecessary, I know, but I've been running it because I want to see how warm we can get it in here. Just checked the forecast. This is going to be a good time to test this thing out. There is a low coming up. It was 10 and 13. Now it's 6 degrees and 10. So it's going to be 6 degrees, I believe, Saturday into Sunday. Sunday, the high is 15. And then the low on Sunday is 10. Oh, that makes me so nervous. It's just a thin little layer of plastic. I could do other things. I don't want to. I want to see how well we can just make this work as it is without having to do too many modifications. So last year, I had a smaller one. It was 8x8. And I just had, I think, 3 or 4 strands of these C9 and C7 lights in here. I prefer C7. It's slightly smaller than the C9. There's a C9 right there. You know, your standard big bulb. Incandescents. Should have mentioned that. And they did the trick. I had them wrapped around the plants. Plants were all piled up in the middle. Not piled. They were arranged in the middle. And that kept it warm enough. But it's still, when it got below, I don't know, 20 outside, it was only keeping things like 8 to 10 degrees warmer in here. So when we got down to 0, it was like 12 in here. That's not going to work. So back to what I was saying about the bamboo palms and the other things. I want to move them in here, but I'm still just so nervous. Because, yeah, okay, it's like 70-something degrees in here right now. That's easy to do because it's 39 degrees outside. However, yesterday, that wind was so freaking intense. There was a lot of draft in here, and it still stayed fairly warm. It's helping that this has been warm long enough now that the ground over here is warm. Like, I noticed the ice and snow melted very quickly around the perimeter of this greenhouse. So maybe that's going to be a saving grace. But once we get into the thick of it, into the thick of winter, and we're having weeks on end of being below freezing, because that happens every year, then I would imagine that this I don't know, it may not work out as well. So I have larger tarps to put over this for extra insulation. I could always do like the foil bubble wrap thingy. I probably won't, because, I mean, I have to buy a new one next year. Learned a very expensive lesson here, which was do not forget the support pole. Really sucks. But hey, hopefully we can keep the plastic in really good shape so that when I do get a new one next year, I'll have a backup plastic. That'll be good. Oh, and I forgot to mention, one of the reasons I'm not as paranoid about this thing blowing away as I was before is because after that wind we had yesterday, I realized that this very heavy fountain has this guy pinned back in this corner right here. So yeah, I may end up drilling and doing something over there, but I don't think this is going anywhere. That wind was strong enough to break it some more, though. So there's that. I get torn between, like, would I rather it blow around a little bit and have some give, or anchor it down, and then if the wind's strong enough, it just breaks it. Right? So maybe I'll put the legs over there through some cinder blocks and set some sandbags on top of the cinder blocks, and that way they still have some wiggle and some give. Oh. Alright, well this is nice. The new heaters here showed up, finally, and I guess... I don't know. I was thinking that I was ending last week's video, so I'm all kinds of out of whack now. I did check the calendar, though. This video will be out before Christmas, so that's good, because I still have Christmassy things to do. I have a bunch of videos come out that are kind of holiday-ish. I think it's fine as long as they're out before January, right? They can come out between Christmas and the New Year. That should be fine. There will probably be some other short videos popping out, you know, so there'll be more than one video or 2 videos a week from here and on for the next couple of weeks. I don't know. All right, well, I'm going to get this guy set to right about there. I think that's a good... No, just stop. Now you're pointing down. Come back up. Once you point it up just slightly point it up. Like right there. That's good. And are you done rotating? No, you can stop rotating. All right. So that's good. I'm going to let it run full blast and just see what happens with the heat in here. Then in the meantime, I think it's dry enough to go ahead and get the new rug put down over there and finish that area off. And then I was going to say, hopefully the next couple days things will dry out enough to go ahead and do some... Because everything got so gross and soggy. And I was in the... Let's go outside. This view is probably getting boring. Grab this guy. Get him turned out. Oh, cool to touch. That's important. Not hot at all. Goodness, this thing is very effective. It's warm in here. I might have to put a fan up there. We will see. Got to keep the air moving, right? Still gonna leave that one in here because, you know, that other one's brand new. Don't know what it's gonna do. Yeah, this little guy, this was like 17 bucks. I think they've got up in pricing them for like $40 now. They last forever. I can feel that air coming up to, let's see. It's warm. Right around here. And over here, yeah, I can feel that heat from that one all the way over here. So it's a much better throw distance on the heat. The electric heaters, you know, they only can throw the warm air so far because it cools off really fast. Oh, now it really feels cold out here. Come on, baby. Come on. Good boy. All right. So, oh, it's amazing. You get the view of everything after it's been buried in snow. Oh, what a mess. These pumpkins are done, right? I mean, they're not rotten. Oh, it's a little soft. Can I pick up by the stem? I sure can. Oh, good. I was wondering where the rug went. Found it. That wind yesterday had them blown all over the place. Okay. There we go. Give it back to nature. I'll hit it with a shovel later. Start to chop it up. Let the wildlife eat it before it's rotten, and then it can decompose, enrich the soil. Pumpkins might sprout up. I'm fine with that. You too. Yeah, this one's getting soft. Oh. It's not supposed to do that. Oh, that would have been so gross, melting over that pillar. Oh, it's one of your favorite things. One of Turbo's favorite things. So satisfying. And I just remembered that I'm supposed to be picking up pine cones. I need them for the centerpieces that I'm working on for this charity event thing. I don't want to blow them off the patios. I need to gather these. Not that one. Thought that I'd gotten them all. More of them just keep showing up. They're not the prettiest pine cones, but they're free. Good. Okay, so I needed to clear a path because I gotta get these things moved into that greenhouse. Totally forgot about that. Kept forgetting about it. Am I gonna have enough room here? Oh, an ornament. It's fun. The wind blew all kinds of ornaments around out here. I can always scoot this out of the way. I have to make room in there. Oh, should I just pick one? I don't have to take them both in there. I should have thought about that when I planted this up. Huh. I mean, I would want to take the strawberry. Really, I mean, I could just leave them out here. I'm not planning on eating strawberries during the winter time. They'll flush back out and look great in the spring. I do have some nice herbs in here, though. The oregano, and there's still some action from the mint. I bet the mint would spring back to life if I moved in there in the time. The chives, they don't care. I don't know. Let's just go ahead and move one of them in. All right, I've got a hard case of the have your cake and eat it too going on right now. Listen, sometimes you just got to make it work. Ooh, it smells nice in here. It smells very minty. So it's modular, right? So I have some of the ones from the green, some of the ones from the blue. It's stacked 6 high. They're only supposed to be 5 high. I have the other layer over here. And once these warm up some, and then I'll give them a drink, I'll start to, pull some things apart and match them up. And I can condense this down into 5 layers. I can do it. But right now they're very cold. I don't want to mess with them too much. So I'll just let them have a day or so in here. I'm going to wait, I don't know, maybe till tomorrow morning and then give them a drink. It's really humid in here, so I'm not worried about them drying out. Get them cut back and clean up, especially all this stuff. Oh, that's really pretty. The oregano flowers. Love those. Pull the heater away. Don't want all that dry material around the heater. Yeah, okay, so glad that's done. It was bothering me. It was one of the things I just kept on forgetting. It does make it smell very nice in here. So I held on to the top layer of the strawberries, and then the snapdragons. I mean, they've looked better, but I mean, they should be looking a lot worse considering all the snow that they've had on them. So I'll leave those in there. I'm going to cut them way back. I'm going to bush back out. There's some carrots in here that I really should have pulled quite a long time ago, but I figured, you know what? Let's just leave them. Let them see what they're going to do. So kind of weird mutated thing we can get to grow out of there. Oregano needs to be cut back severely. Rosemary, looking okay. Looking all right considering the weather that we've had. And then mint. And the mint all needs a prune. Like, there's mint growing throughout this whole thing, and it all needs to be cut back. There's some chives and things that came in here that don't need to be in here. They can stay in this. It's fine. Most of them are outside, though. I prefer the chives stay outside in the cold. Oh yeah, the rug. I keep saying we're going to do the rug. All these cushions spread out because they were sopping wet. I just checked the weather, which I've checked like 5 times today, and now all of a sudden they're saying there's a 50% chance of snow today. Which I'm fine with it. I like the snow. I just need a dry period so I can get some stuff done outside. It's so good for that drought that we had, having all the snow. That slow melt, I know I've already talked about it. It makes me happy. Wow, you're fading really fast. Really fast. You just stretched. If I pull it this way, it gets more dense. Yeah, well, I don't know. Not sure if that's fading or just stretched. You get it, right? I'm going to pull the furniture out and then put down a different rug. Okay, it's done. One problem, though. I think the rug underneath this must have been a 5x7 because this is significantly bigger. Not that... Dimension-wise, it doesn't make sense because... From this end of the rug, which would be where it would be 5 feet underneath this rug, it only comes out about another 1.5 feet. That doesn't make any sense. Not 3 feet, that's for sure. And then on this end, if it were 5x7, this were 8x10, that means that this is 10 feet, which I do think this is 10 feet. But it would mean that the 5x7 ends like right around here, which it does not. It ends right around here. So, I don't know. We've got some weird dimensions going on here. I like the way it looks. Looks nice. Need to get that canvas on top of this table to cover it up. Only problem is that I don't want the fire pit this far away from the seating because well, then you don't feel the warmth. These are straw. You can't set that fire pit on top of this. It will melt. I could probably find some nice flagstones or something like that to set this on top of, and that would protect this from melting. Yeah, or I guess maybe when we have a fire, I can just fold. You know, I bet I could fold this flap in. I could do that, and I might do that. I might just fold that flap in. Then it'll end exactly where we would want it to. Yep, okay, yay, problem solved. You like the log pillow? I like it. I think it's cute. Oh, finally, I've been waiting 2 weeks to get that done. Or done-ish. I'm gonna go ahead and fold that flap in so I can move this in closer. Okay, yeah, that's better. There's still a tiny bit of blue sticking out. I have the old rug underneath there. I'm gonna get rid of that. I probably still want the blue one out here during the summer. Maybe it was starting to fall apart. Well, that's better though. That worked out. Fits nicely. I do like the way it looked coming out further. Made the space feel a lot bigger, but what's the point if you're really far away from the fire, right? Pulled things in over here, condensed them down. I have some more evergreens I could tuck in over here. These guys right here, these have some nice color on them. Okay. I think that's nice, but I need to change things up some. At least things over here in the vicinity of where I want them to be. I don't think I want those purple pots, though. I only have one clay left for that. I don't know. I can fidget with that later. I'm just glad the space is almost done. Need to put the canvas on there, and then I got to do something with everything up there. I don't think that's happening right now, though. It's cold. It's cold. I'm done. I've been out here long enough. Got enough done. I'm gonna take this guy, put him back up here. There you go. Oh yeah, that looks nice. I don't like that you can see the cover from the back, but it just is what it is. See from up here? Oh, cozy, warm, and inviting. With a mess over there. Yeah, it's homey. It's homey when things have a little bit of mess. Is that exciting? Are you loving the new addition? You gotta go? Okay. Trees in the kitchen now. That was an unnecessary shot, shutting the door. Nothing wrong with this one. It's an amazing tree. It's the stow and go. It goes up and down, so you just push a button, the whole thing shrinks down, and you put it away. It's 2 pieces, just the top and the bottom. The wheels work really well. It has always been crooked. And it drives me nuts. Drives me absolutely nuts. I know, kitten. I know, there's a mess everywhere. I got to get those centerpieces done. So, that isn't here now. This tree, the grand spruce, from Walmart, I think it's from My Texas Home, is the brand. I think this is one of those beautiful trees I've ever seen. I've shopped around for trees, and I have had a lot of trees. Balsam Hill, Hummocker Schlemmer, I think maybe Front Gate, like nice trees. This is the nicest out of any of them I've ever had. And I've, go to the Home Depot and the Lowe's, and I'm seeing the ones at Menards and seeing how much these things are costing, especially the ones that have the, the lifelike tips on them, like this. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This one was $280. It's a 7.5 foot. And it has 2,200 lights on it, I believe, twinkle lights, and they do different functions. It has multicolor too. I'm amazed by how gorgeous this tree is. There's a 9-foot version. You might be thinking, well, 7.5 feet seems perfectly big, but it's really not because of the number of ornaments that I have. So now I got the 9-foot one. So it will go all the way to the ceiling. Might touch a little bit. Sometimes you have to saw the bottom of these things off to make them fit, but it's worth it. Oh, there's two. That's a story. So it was on sale, and then it wasn't on sale, and then it was on sale, but not as good of a sale. So it had been like $365, and normal price was like $4.99, I think. And then it went up to $4.25. Ordered it. Next day, literally the next day, clearance for $320. It's like $40 more than the other one for a 9-foot tree with 3,000 lights on it. What? I mean, I don't know the quality or the longevity. That's the thing. But you can't buy very many really nice looking trees that are 9 feet tall for under $600 or $700. And of course, I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? I'm just talking about when you get all the tips and all the lights. Cost goes way up. All right, I'm gonna set it up. Oh, it's putting on a show. I think we're locked into demo mode, so maybe I just make it stop. How do I make it stop? Stop it. Okay, there we go. It just defaults to demo mode. It's the perfect height. I need to fix the tip. The tip's a little wonky. I haven't shaped it, and I think that straight out of the box without shaping, that looks pretty nice, doesn't it? A little scraggly. That's one of the things I liked about this tree, though. It's open. There's room for ornaments to dangle. That other tree, it's so full, which is a wonderful thing. But it's actually pretty hard to get the ornaments on there because you can't tuck them in. Everything has to be on the outside. Oh, this is beautiful. The multicolor is different tones than what I'm used to. Not nuts about the multicolor, but I still think it's really pretty. So you can change it to color steady, clear steady, clear color alternating. That's what it was doing before. Do a clear fade, color fade, clear color fade. So I think that's going to switch between the two. It's going to fade to color, and the color is going to fade back out. And then this is what I prefer, is just clear twinkle. It's a very nice, gentle twinkle. I think that's it. Well, there's the color twinkle too. So it does the color twinkle, and then that other thing where it cycles between them. That's a bit much for me. Clear twinkle, and you can adjust the brightness. This is extremely bright. So, oh wait, I forgot the slow blink. So you can have it so that they very slowly fade in and out of each other. It's not quite as nauseating. Still not crazy about it though. No, clear twinkle, and then the brightness. It's subtle, but you can adjust it down. I should be facing in the right spot. Yeah, so that's the lowest, and then from there and up. That. I love it. Well, it's still twinkle when you have it down on the... Yeah, so when you have it in the modes to do different things, it goes up to its brightest setting. I'm okay with it. It's a really nice, cozy, it's white and warm. It's not a cool tone. I really like it. And look at this fun new box. Get them. You want to get in the box? No, you busy? What about you, Turbo? Yeah, you love it. Oh, I'm not going to finish that since it sounded weird. Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be able to hang so many more ornaments on there because I can stick them in on the inside. Setup was a breezy. It was what? 1, 2, 3. It was 4 sections. You just line the arrows up, snap them together, and you plug it in. That's it. Hopefully this lasts a long time. That one that's in there, that Stow and Grow tree, which I'm pretty sure is what it's called, from Sam's, it was, I think, $4.99 for a 9-foot tree, which is very good. And I think it's on its 5th or 6th year. That thing has had longevity. Any tree I've ever had from the Balsam Hill and the Hummocker Schlimmer, those really expensive trees, I got 3 years out of them, max, with the lights. And they'll send you new lights if you want to restring them. With the whole point, and for me anyways, the whole point of buying the tree and spending more money isn't just like the tips and everything, because it gets so covered in ornaments, right? This is going to be so full of ornaments that I don't really care that much. Like, I want the tips to look nice, and I want there to be good spacing, so there's space between all these layers for everything to hang. But otherwise, it can be like the cheap green stuff on the inside for all I care, because you're not going to be able to see it once all the ornaments are on there. It's about them being pre-lit. That's what the cost is about for me. And then you're going to just be like, oh, sorry, your lights went out. They're only guaranteed for a year. Here you go. Here's your new... No. Yeah, I'm never buying another Balsam Hill tree ever again. Not after my experience with the other ones. $320. $320. So I know I think this tree was viral. It was in competition with the Yorkshire and the Grand Duchess from Home Depot. This is very similar. And at that price, cheaper than both of them at 9 feet tall. But it's on clearance, so that doesn't bode too well for it, does it? Why is it on clearance when it's brand new? I don't know. The price on it is so good. And maybe it's because the multicolor is kind of funky, right? I don't know. I mean, it looks pretty vintagey to me. And I have an astigmatism, so when I look at it, I just see a bunch of colorful balls. Yep. Yeah, I think it's nice. It's exciting. Fits very well. Very lifelike and so bright and warm. Really pretty. Love the twinkle feature. So full. I think I mentioned, I don't know how many tips, but it's over 3,000 lights, twinkle lights. Hopefully they're durable. Does it have a timer on it? Can I set a timer on this remote? You can. Yeah, you can set a timer, which, I mean, I'll probably do that tomorrow. Make more sense to do that tomorrow. So if you, I imagine just boom. So that right there means it's probably going to run for 6 or 8 hours and then turn off, and then tomorrow it'll turn on at this time. Right, I'm going to do that again tomorrow at a different time, because I'd like for it to turn on earlier. Oh, and I don't think I clarified. Where'd you go? Kitten was over here. I didn't clarify. The other tree is being returned. There's no way to cancel the order. Like, I'm not spending $100 more. No way. Order the $320 one. That one's going back. It is tempting to just keep them. I'm going to collect them all and turn the house into a forest. All right, that's it. Last one's done. It's nice. Canvasy outdoor material. Really slick. I like it. I've had that one covered for a few weeks now. Wipes off so easily. You know, you use fabric. Sometimes you wonder if that's going to just let everything stick to it, but so it's nice and slick. And that will help protect the tables, which I don't know if they really need to be protected. I had these for years. Never protected them. It's amazing to me that they're even still out here. 2008, I think. Got these, maybe 2007. I don't know. They're from Pure One. And man, are they sturdy. No rust or anything. A little bit extra fabric. Will be useful for something. I got the top of that cabinet thing cleared off and a couple plants thrown up there. I was thinking I might just move that other plant over there. I might keep wood up there. And why not? Not a ton of it. I can keep some wood up there. That might look nice. Well, not necessarily look nice, but be functional. I have these scraps of canvas I can keep over the tops of it. Help keep it dry, up and off the ground. Oh, it'd be nice to have some wood over here. And the wood is, you know, nice to have nearby. The fire pit, too. That Christmas tree was one in the kitchen. And now it is out here with the star and everything. I don't mind it. The vibe is finally here. This is what I was working towards. I feel like I'm at like a little woodland cabin getaway out here. With, you know, the Christmas, too. Once all the ornaments and things are down, I'm sure it'll be a different feeling. I think it'll still be nice. I'm going to leave the lights on everything. The white lights anyways. The multicolor ones I'll take down, and I guess I'll wrap just white incandescents around the trunk of that. What are you? The windmill palm. But as far as I'm concerned, the white lights, as long as you take the ornaments down, it's pretty much just winter, not necessarily holiday, Christmas time. I will probably hold on to the silver and white ornaments that are out here just because they have such a nice sparkle. They really, really light things up. And look at them. Look at them. They're so pretty. I know the ornaments aren't spaced all that well. That's because the wind keeps knocking them down. I need to get these up on ornament hooks. They're just on the strings. If I get them onto an ornament hook, then I can put them around the branch and actually pinch it down so that they'll stay put. So I keep blowing down, and then I just keep popping them into any random spot that I can. Is that nice fire turbs? You enjoyed a nice night by the fire? We got some snow going, some flurries. Oh, it's so cozy. I have the lantern over here. It's underneath this piece of canvas. That was up there. It's full of the fake lemons and limes. Oh, those are done. They've been cooked in the sun. I gotta get rid of them. I was thinking I could fill this with ornaments. I have tons of ornaments, and that would look neat, but I don't. We're getting pretty close to Christmas here, and I don't like to do a lot back there because it's a pain in the butt to get back there into that area. Gotta pull the furniture out and everything. I don't know. Yeah, I might just get rid of the lemons and limes and just stick a couple big candles in there. some sticks and berries. I don't know. Or nothing. I would be fine with just moving one of those pots over and putting a bunch of wood in the middle and calling it a day. I think that would be fine too. Oh, so nice and relaxing and warm. Fire's putting out good heat tonight. Oh, I really like this rug. I need to pull it out. It got a little wrinkled. Crinkled, really, from moving the furniture around. I don't know, the lights keep turning off out here, and I think it's because the power strip they're hooked into, it's one made for outdoors, but it has different settings on it, and it's impossible to read what they are when you're like crouched down behind this furniture. I think that's getting set to just run for a short time and then turn off, which would be fine as long as I had it set to do that at the right time of day. Yeah. I like it. I brought another spool of lights out here, thinking I was going to put them up, but I don't know. I think I'm done for tonight. Because the only place right behind me, you can't even really see it, the maple. Hi, hey everyone. That's the maple tree. And it's just, it would be tricky at nighttime to do that. Be ground over there very well, so I'm just going to hold off on that. I was thinking I might wait until my niece and nephew get in town, see if my nephew wants to help me. I don't know, it could be fun. So I haven't done ornaments on the trees since I thought it might be something my niece and nephew might want to help with. I don't know. Maybe. I think it's fun. But I don't think it's that much fun, so I kind of want them to do it for me. That's not true. I will enjoy it more if I'm doing it with them. Does that make sense? Yeah, okay. All right, that's all. Yeah, got a lot done. Gonna keep an eye on the heat in the greenhouse with that new heater. And just try and relax. Finally, get to do some relaxing. The chaos is slowly dying down. Only for a few hours. Tomorrow's a new day and it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I'll handle those lights tomorrow. It's so cozy out. A little chilly, but cozy. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Nice outdoor seating area for the winter time. Looks good too. I'm sure it'll still look nice when the Christmas stuff is inside. This one is always so hard for me to put away. I never want to put this one away. Sam's Club, they don't sell it anymore. That's where that's from. Oh, Snowman Village. I'm going to get as many as I can. I want to make this completely and totally weird and creepy. Oh, breakfast cookie time, pumpkin. Yeah, those are some good breakfast cookies, aren't they? My goodness, you guys, the tree. The saga will never end. Get my breakfast to stir here. Doesn't it look delicious? It's not. Chia seeds, hemp hearts, and Ceylon cinnamon. I don't like to eat in the morning, and that's got a lot of good stuff in it. At night, I do something similar with flax. The tree. It went on sale again. $254. They don't price guarantee. So do I go ahead and box this one up too? And take it back? Take back 2 trees and buy the other for $250? What the heck, Walmart? Now that the lights are off, I can't see. I should come in here and do a little bit of fluffing. But I kind of like the shape of this and be able to get the ornaments in there really, really well. But yeah, it's not like the most amazing, beautiful tree. But when the lights are on, it's the most spectacular tree I've ever had. 254. That's cheaper than the 7.5 foot for a 9-foot tree with 3,000 lights on it, and that has the the real feel or real touch, whatever you want to call it. I've seen better quality. It's pretty good, and there's even different sizes. They made sure that the ones on the interior are a little bit smaller. Then the inside is just your typical, whatever you would call this weird Christmas stuff. This material that goes everywhere. I have yet to see it shed, but I'm sure it will. $254 frickin' dollars. What? I don't know what to do. I don't want to return to tree. Oh, I've been working on centerpieces. In some video I've been filming at some point, while also filming this video, I mentioned, it might have been this video, that I'm doing centerpieces for a nonprofit Christmas dinner that's coming up, and they have no money. So, trying to pull off 17 centerpieces for, around $130, $140. Yeah. These are just trays. They're going to have poinsettias in the middle. And then I managed to find these lights. These were only $1.12 at Walmart. Great deal. I paid for the batteries, so that's going to be part of my donation because batteries are so expensive. But yeah, that just adds some festivity. Then I'm going to be adding pine cones. Reminds me I need to go outside before it starts doing its thing, weather-wise, and gather some pine cones. And then I have some ribbon that I may end up adding into the mix. I don't know. Ribbon takes a long time, so we will see. I have these frosted cranberry picks. I don't know if I'm going to use them or not. Those and the pine cones, which like I said, you gotta go grab some more of those before it starts moistening outside. What's the word? Precipitating. There's only enough picks for one in each tray. It'll be fine. Today is the day. Temperature is about to start dropping. Actually, it already had started dropping. It was like 28 when I woke up, and it's supposed to just keep going down. Tape. I should grab some tape. Should I go with packaging tape, or should I just break out the big guns and use like a Gorilla tape? Or even hot glue. Do I have packaging tape under there? I thought I did. I don't. Well, hey, Kitten, what you doing? Watching the Nature Channel? Anything fun going on out there? Okay, good talk. Which reminds me... Oh, excuse me, bud. Excuse me, Colby. Gotta squeeze through here, bud. Do your nap over here in this corner. I gotta get this corner cleaned up. I still have Toby's food tin out here, which I don't want to get rid of it. It makes me sad. Put it away. I don't want to put it away. What was I doing? Tape and something bubbly to drink. That sounds nice. I need to turn the heater up in here. I need the tape for the greenhouse because those window flappy things that are on the greenhouse, they don't really seal shut. And I think, you know, it just seems smart to close those up, right? What is that? What is this? Crystal clear. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna take both of these. I know that's just duct tape. Like Gorilla tape, duct tape. Is this just clear duct tape? Okay. How's that different from packaging tape? I don't understand. Cranking the heater up in here. I want it quite toasty in here so that there's that much warmth left to precipitate out this evening. So I'll turn the heater down tonight. Oh, and I forgot. So last week I mentioned when I don't know, I was doing something over here with this like moss terrarium thing. It's not really a terrarium yet. And how I had this other jar up here. I was organizing the grow space. That video actually just came out just now. So I need to check and see if anybody's watched it and any comments need to reply to. Then I need to get some more of these lights. So these are the Burina. I'll show you the box. It came in a 2-pack. I ordered 2 more and they just hooked right up to the other one. They're magnetics. They stick right to the top. And they are nice and bright. Things are doing very well under them so far. Shockingly. Well, actually. So I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that before I forgot. Like, pretty dang good. I might switch out the lights on this bottom grow shelf here. They're just shop lights with these magnetic lights up there. I want to give those some more time, see how they do. This is the Orb Grow series from Verena. They made that weird. It looks like an H, but it's not. 2-pack. Verena, I don't know. And they had different options for the lighting. Mine is just white, untimed Spectrum C. There you go. Okay, tape. Something bubbly to drink. You know, tape up the greenhouse and make sure the thermometers and everything are working properly. The heaters are running. Oh, it's gonna get cold. I'm just looking at this clear tape, and I can tell that's gonna be a pain in the butt. I don't even see where it starts. Where's the start? Where's the? How am I gonna even get that started? I need a blade. Oh wait. I think I might see it. You see it? I think I see it. You ever make something in your Dutch oven or casserole dish or just something that's closed, you put it in your fridge and then leave it in there for 2 or 3 weeks only because after that 3rd or 4th day you're like, oh, whatever's left, and you throw that out, but then you're like, I don't feel like scrubbing this thing. The next thing you know, a couple weeks have passed because you're terrified to open it. Yeah, that's what's going on here. You just throw it away and get a new one, right? Kidding. I'm not going to do that, but I probably don't want to deal with it. The fridge, the garage fridge is what that was on. I forgot. I'm not supposed to put things out there other really than just like drinks. Nothing that can spoil really should go out there because that fridge it's old. It's from like 1993. It just, you know, sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. That's new. That started this year. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm procrastinating. I do not want to go out there. Oh, I have a coat. I could put a coat on. I wear a jacket so infrequently that it's just not second nature to me to remember to put one of those things on. Oh, shoot. I just walked past the fountain that's over there. It's still on and frozen solid. That's great. Unplug it or put a heater in. I don't think I have a heater small enough to put in there. And bird feeder. I can't find my bird feeder. One that goes up in the window up there. I had it sitting on the steps over here. I can't find it. Yeah, that's a big, uh-oh. Oh, there's still some liquid in there. Kind of. Yeah, a little bit. All right, that's good. That means I can turn it off and pour it out. Okay, unplugged it. Dumped out the top portion. I'm still going to leave some water down there. It's just a little. I have got to find a little small bird bath heater. The birds need water in the winter time. That's one of the reasons I got that thing. Where's my freaking bird feeder? What did I do with that thing? It's sitting over here because I wanted to sanitize it. And I don't know what happened to it. It's too cold to figure that out. I'm going to do some stuff in the greenhouse for a minute. And then get these windows. Well, maybe I should just do that now. I'm going to tape up this bottom flap here. So you see this right here? It's just a little piece of Velcro in the middle. It's all that holds that shut. And put a piece of tape over these two. There's two really big ones on this side. And then on each door too. The other side, I can't get to it, so it's fine. I am shocked. Did not think the tape would stick. A little loose. I have to keep going through and pushing on it, but it seems to be working. I had to do a few layers for down here. Had to put a layer on, then do a layer on the top and on the bottom, so the tape could grip onto itself and the plastic. That vent over there was like almost wide open. The wind had just popped it right out. I just found my, what's it called, blizzard? Tropical blizzard? Something like that? Ivy? Oh no. I had pulled it from its container and I set it down over there a couple months ago thinking, oh, I need to take this inside, and I didn't do it. I just found it laying on the ground over there where the windmill pump. Oh, I took the windmill pump inside. Last night I was like, you know what? Let's just take it inside. Some of the forecasts were calling for it to be like 4 degrees. Some were saying 2, some were saying 9. I don't know what's going to happen. I was like, you know what? It's fine. Let's just put it on the dolly and just roll it on in the garage. Wasn't that easy to do. But, only took a few minutes, and I think that it was worth it because they don't sell windmill pumps that big up here. And on the rare occasion you find one that's, more than 2 feet tall, they're several $100s. The ones that height would be a couple thousand up here. The price on plants is really expensive when you go up north. So when you want a big windmill pump, you just gotta buy yourself a baby and wait 10 years. Okay, I'll plant that later. Are you on? This was off the other morning. Okay, good. It stayed on. Okay. I'm gonna take this guy, twist that around. I'm freaking cold now. Let that warm me up. I have to say, I actually think the other heater was doing a better job in here. This is a great heater. I really do like it. I'm thinking the difference is that one, the entire thing gets hot. So while it's not blowing warm air out very far, it's radiating a lot of warm air. Whereas this thing, cool to touch. But they're both working. So right now it's 22 outside and it's 68 in here. That's pretty good. I don't think it's going to stay like that. It's going to keep on getting colder. It's supposed to get pretty blustery out. I will say it feels much less drafty in here because before I could feel a gentle, like sharp cold breeze that was coming through from these vents right here. There's none of that anymore. So that should help. It's weird that they put these down low, isn't it? Usually you want your vents up high. Why are they down there? Are we trying to just vent the cool air? I guess if you have them open on both sides and you have a cross breeze and you'll maintain warmth and not let the warm air out too quickly? Huh? I don't know. I never use these things on these types of greenhouses. I just unzip the door. If it gets too hot, it's a much better way to allow the air to move through. Yeah, so I'm going to check these sensors one more time because all the information I gave you was from about an hour ago. So I want to see what's going on, and I don't know. I guess we'll pick up later. I found the bird feeder. I'm going to try and find a bird bath defroster thingy. And I'll report back tomorrow or the day after we've had these 2 nights of severe cold. I'll let y'all know how things went in here and how things are looking out there. That 15.6. Let's go in here by the day. Coldest temp. It's around 6.6. Somewhere in there. No, there's a 6.4, 6.1. Yeah, so it got down to 6. Yeesh. That's pretty dang cold. 60 in the cold frame right now. That's pretty good. Oh, and 48.4%. This thing's been working. You can tell those heaters are doing their thing when the humidity starts dropping like that. They tend to dry the air out. Okay, hop up here. Let's look at the day. Down here looks like it got down to 48 last night. Whoa, that was just my hand, sorry. 48 looks like it was the coldest temperature. And 6.6 was the coldest temp we had last night. That's not too bad. 71 in the grow space and 49% humidity. That heater's working overtime too. Now let's see here. It's 16-ish right now. I want to go out there and check on everything, but I don't really think I need to because I just checked the temperature, but I want to, but it's also really cold. I need to plug this in, gotta charge my phone. I can take Turbo outside for a minute. He's been begging. You want to go out? You ready to go outside? You want to go party in the cold? He loves the cold. Hour and 21 minutes until charged. Just put a better cord in that thing. Oh, finished up centerpieces last night. What do we think? Remember, I had to do this with basically no money. This is a non-profit group that I did this for. And, the whole goal here was to make sure that these are as reusable as possible. So other than the poinsettias, these should carry over year to year. I even have containers that these will fit into so they can be stacked. The foil, it will pop out if you pull hard enough. But here's, you pop a poinsettia in there. So I'll box them all up, take them to the venue, and get them set out on the tables and just pop the poinsettias into them. Poinsettias. Yeah, it was hard to distribute everything evenly because there were 17 of them. So some things got some items in them that the others didn't. Like, I only had 3 of these little gingerbread guys. So, only 3 of them got a gingerbread. I made sure every single one got a little thing of cranberry, though, or holly, but whatever that is. What is that? It's got a tip on it. Is it a tiny pomegranate? I think it's kind of fun that they're all a little bit different, too. Right? It's some whimsy. And I got those string lights on them. Right here, some of them are little balls, and some of them are gumdrops. They didn't have enough of either one to make sure they were all the same, so just had to mix it up. These trays were $2 a piece. These garlands were $4.50 or like $4.55, I think. A 9-foot section. I got 3 out of each one of those. Poinsettias I got on sale for $3.33, and the lights were $1.12 at Walmart. Then the spray foam, I had a couple of cans, and then turned out I needed more, so that's a donation from me, because the stuff's not cheap. Should have been, but I didn't want to go to Walmart. It's further away. I went to Ace, where it was nearly $10 a can. But the first 2 cans that I used did 4 trays each, and it was wonderful. It was really good foam. Like, look at what that foam did. It was excellent, and I don't remember what the brand of it was. All they had at Ace was Loctite, and oh my gosh, that stuff was horrible. One of the cans was useless because the spray thing on top just started spraying foam out in all directions. I can't have that in my kitchen, so I'm going to return that one. That's $10, and I can't use it. And the others, you had to constantly shake them. Like, you had to shake them constantly in order to make sure that they were putting out foam, and I got like 2.5 out of each can. So the cheaper one they had from Walmart, that I don't remember the name of, was good. I put a little bit of glitter on them to make it look like snow. It also kind of looks like marshmallow fluff. I tried to go through with a damp paper towel and like crinkle it to get some of the folds out, but didn't all work out that way. I think it looks like little poofs of snow, kind of. The main thing was just needed a filler because this garland is not very full. So I needed something in there to help fill it up and to reflect some light too. It looks really cute when these lights are on. You get little blobs of color on that snow under there and the reflectiveness from the ornaments. And I hot glued it all. So everything is glued in. I have a kit I'm taking with me that's going to have my hot glue gun, some extra glues, extra lights, extra batteries. I'm going to take an extra piece of garland, just in case, right? I went through my personal stash of things and got a whole bunch of other picks. There's some cranberries. That's where the gingerbread fellas came from. And I had some, where are they? There's some really cute ones. Oh, like this right here. So this was a long spray that had, I think, 3 or 4 on it. It's like a vase filler, and I just peeled them apart and stuck them in there. Yeah, they still need some fluffing and some shaping, but I'm going to do that on site. So overall, got 17 of these things done for about around $130. That's pretty dang good. Talk about a distraction. I was going to go outside. I guess I just don't want to because it's so cold. I did tell Tumbleweed to go out, but first, I want to show... Well, oh, never mind. I filled it up. It's all full of stuff. This is all my like Christmas craft things I've been collecting over the years. A whole bunch of different fun sprays. And during the holidays, when I do videos out in the grow space, I usually have things that are in this tote out on that desk. I got a lot of wrapping done last night. Oh my goodness. So much wrapping done. Watch out, Kitten. Watch out. Okay, he has been a very patient boy. We can go out. That was a lot of swinging and spinning. That made me dizzy, though I get dizzy very easily these days. Sorry if it made you dizzy. Ugh. Oh, it's so cold. All right, he actually went to the grass by himself. You usually have to hold his hand and take him out there. Maybe he doesn't even want to go in. 'Cause I don't want to go in here if I don't have to. I don't want to open that door. if it's not necessary. I saw the temperatures. I know what everything looks like. If it didn't get below 48 last night, everything in there is fine. I thought he was going to beg me to go in there. That's why I was out here. The sun feels nice. Oh, the warmth from the sun. Oh, it's good. Okay, well, those are the temperatures for the first night of cold. We'll see how things do tonight, on the second night. What's happening, Pumpkin? Oh, is my light on? I'm sorry. My bad. I know it's on. Oh, hey, Kitten. Where you going? Okay, bye, Kitten. Been a couple days. Would you like to go out? There you go. Of course you would. That was a silly question. It's warmed up. Finally warmed up. It got down to, for that last cold night, I believe it got down to 11, and it stayed 49, or maybe, no, I think it was 54 in the greenhouse. We're good. This is stuck. This wasn't the proper tool to use to try and cut something wire. Been messing with it for days. Just doesn't want to come out. I need to clear this spot out so I can get the palm tree back in. It's amazing. The palm tree was out of here for 3 days. And the wind and the storms and things. I put this bag here intentionally. I was like, maybe it'll help hold back some of the mulch. Keep things from filling back in here. What is this? This is the heat cable. So I'll pull that guy out of here, get this palm tree put back in place. Probably wrap this video up. Oh, nice surprise. This might be as good as the angle is going to get. Because I got to balance you on the, on the edge right here. I don't have my tripod. It's broken, my little one. Okay, this is a bad idea. What's the point? You can't even see what I'm doing here. All I was saying is that this is much easier. This has lightened up a lot in the last couple days. Yeah. Nice and dry. Oh, so much better. So nice to have it back in its place. Have water in here, but, well, it's frozen. Let that thaw out. About 52. Feels pretty good out. You know, left the door to the greenhouse open last night. It got way too hot in here last night. Or yesterday, I should say. Got way too hot in here. I wasn't home at a holiday event I was at. I don't have my thermostat set up in here yet because, well, I've been waiting on it to come in the mail for quite a while. It wasn't dangerously hot. They're tropicals. They can handle it. But it went up to like 84, maybe 87. I think was the highest reading I got. And that's okay. Now that things have warmed up, I feel better about coming in here and pruning up a bunch of the dried stuff. See that? Like some of the annuals in the front, those dried up. They're done for the year. You can get the oregano and the strawberries cut back. I was just too chilly. And the plants had been subjected to that cold. I wanted to bring them in here, give them a couple days to warm up, and give them a good watering too before I start chopping on them and pulling and tugging on them. So as frustrated as I have been, which isn't horribly, but I've been a little frustrated with this unseasonably cold weather that we've been having, it is nice to get to run a test on everything and see what we're going to be dealing with this winter. Not even wintry. I suppose it will be by the time the video comes out. I was about to put that chair back and realized I should hold off because I have a new heater coming for that bird bath. I did have one, but it was just a smidge too small and it wasn't working either. Hey, that's much better. Exposed myself. I'm finishing the video off with my phone. So sloppy. Not really. Got pretty good quality on this thing. Yeah, the bird bath heater, it's really just a little defroster to keep a hole in the ice. It was just a smidge too large for that and it wasn't working anyway. So I did order a new one. I did find the bird feeder that I was looking for. It's up there. Oh, can you see it? Up there past the siding. I'm going to get painted here this spring. Or get to painting this spring. Anyways, that here's supposed to be here soon. Sometime today. I'm going to get that plugged in. I'm also going to put a switch on that fountain so I can, turn it on and off. So I have to pull the furniture out and get back there to unplug everything. Just seems like the smart way to do things. And things have started to dry up out here. Which is so good. Because all this mess... I mean, it's just the way things go at the end of the gardening season. Plants lose their leaves and you have some dirt spillage when you're moving things in and out. It's part of it. But then in the midst of all that, 10 inches of snow and about 2.5, 3 weeks of really bad cold. And then things were stopping, for a couple of days. They're starting to dry off. So I'm not feeling gross about getting in here and pulling these things, getting the rest of the table cleared off. So you have to prioritize, right? When I saw that weather coming, this would be not the vlog from last week, the week before. I was like, oh, I'll put down some mulch, do some garden cleanup. Then I saw that forecast. Whew. Had to change gears. Quickly shifted and did the mulch, got things cut back, and then focus on moving anything else inside that should go inside. These aren't things I usually have to do this time of year, so it was good to get it done, but it was a surprise, too. It's just, not normally how things go. Usually have a little bit more time than that, but it was good to get it done. And now that that's all done, have this new area set up out here, and I think it's looking just lovely. It'd look better. I could push that chair back, but that's fine. It can stay right there for now. And now I have this bin over here that is full of compostable material. I have a cardboard box that's blew out of the recycling over there. 2 pots that are getting glued back together, and then all of this right here I have sorted and organized to go into the garage and into the grow space, and a broken tripod that I need to fix up over there. I can go ahead and get these annuals cut back now too. So some of the gingers and things like that, I was just waiting basically until they thawed out because they were looking fine, and then 10 inches of snow over the course of 2 weeks, and now they don't look fine, which was to be expected, but they have dried enough that I can go ahead and cut them back, get things looking tidy out here. As long as I look over here and have that chair pushed in, everything looks fine. Look at it, everything's so beautiful. It's so nice. Just don't look over there. Everything's fine. That's probably 35 minutes worth of work over there. So gonna get to doing that. And I got presents and stuff to wrap. It's been a very, very, very busy December. How's it been going for y'all? Oh, if you were wondering, I probably should have said something about this. So the windmill palm, it's out here because the coldest temperature I see in the next 10-day forecast is 22. It's supposed to be like 59 or 60 on Christmas. So late December is going to be much warmer than late November and early December from what it's looking like. And I'm okay with that. It's going to be cloudy. That's what I want. As long as it's nice and cloudy, I'm totally content with being trapped in the house all day long. With getting to stay in the house all day long. That's what I meant to say. When's the sun out? I feel like I need to be out when that sun's out. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to sit still and relax. And, even though it's time to do that and spend time with family and everything, if it's cloudy, no problem. I'm going to hang out in the house. And I really do think taping the windows and vents and everything on that greenhouse made a huge difference. Of course it did. I'm not letting the cold air blow right into that thing. Really notice the temperature go just from doing that. Now, what I'm also wondering, which I'm pretty sure I mentioned this with that greenhouse, is once we move into January and that cold that we've had the last couple of weeks becomes just normal everyday weather for usually anywhere from 4 to 8, sometimes 12 weeks. It'll be really, really cold. If that happens, what will it really be like in there? Because just a few days, it gives me an idea, but it doesn't tell the full story. Because once the ground and everything else is really cold everywhere, it changes things, right? So do have a microclimate back here. I use the sensors, and the coldest temperature reading, I believe, was 6.2 or 6.4. And the surrounding area was saying 8. So it's actually a little bit colder here. But the sensors, they're a little wonky sometimes. Don't know if that means it's going to be a lot worse in there or not. Regardless, there's 2 heaters, warm thing of water, heat cables. Oh, this is going to be interesting to see how it works out. All right, well, this has been fun. A nice long video, I think. Everything got weird when I realized that I had ended a video that I had just started and I had already ended the video that I thought I was ending. That really threw my brain through a spiral. Really confused me. But with the vlogs, I tend to turn off the camera, and when it's time to move on to something new, then I just pick it up and I say, hey, what's up? And I move on to that next thing. So usually when a vlog ends, what you see in the next week's vlog is like within moments, seconds of whenever that last vlog ended. I don't think that's going to be the case this week. I got a lot to do right now. Yeah, plenty to do. Get that windmill palm watered. Gonna go in and relax and enjoy the holidays. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you're doing well and a great day, great life. Everything's doing absolutely beautiful for you. And of course, as always, and most importantly, everybody, keep on growing. Bye.